Hi there, this is Josh. I just wanted to share with you the books that I'm reading for the month of September, or that I'm going to attempt to read. Uh, I usually do not do TBRs, so this is a first. But I thought that for the month of September I should do a Nobel Prize nominee month because, as you may or may not know, the month of October is when they announce the Nobel Prize winners in chemistry, physics, medicine, literature, economics, and peace. Most people know about the Nobel Peace Prize and the many people that have won: Martin Luther King Jr., Al Gore, Barack Obama, Jimmy Carter, just the multitudes of people, that some of which were questioned because you had so many other people in mind. But with regard to the Nobel Prize in Literature, we have a general idea of the nominees. However, the official list is not released for 50 years, which is so much it's far more different from, say, the Academy Awards, which you'll have a list out prior so that people can speculate who they think are going to win each award, and then they have these contests. That can't be said about the Nobel Prize, especially in literature, but they have an idea of who may take the honor this particular year. So I thought I would show you the 6 books that I have in store. The first one is the one that I just started reading. It's called Voices from Chernobyl by Svetlana Alexievich, who is a Ukrainian journalist who, in this book, writes about the victims of the nuclear disaster from 1986. These are just people that were involved, either whether they were directly involved or involved in some other particular way. I read the translator's preface. Thought I'd show you this bookmark that I got from Barnes & Noble as well. It's something that has to do with music. And there's a quote from Plato. It says, "Music gives a soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and life to everything." Couldn't be any more true. So I'm really looking forward to checking out Voices from Chernobyl. Next, I have This Side of Time, a poetry collection by Ko-un, who is a Korean poet. His writing is pretty short and simple. Some of his works don't even have names to them, which to me it gets a little bit aggravating, but I'm going to give this one a nice chance because from what I've read from Ko-un, his writing is just spectacular. Next on my list is Goodbye Columbus by Philip Roth. Philip Roth primarily writes about Jewish subjects in America, primarily living in New Jersey, specifically Newark, where he grew up. Goodbye Columbus is actually a one novella, which is Goodbye Columbus, and then includes 5 shorter works that have a similar theme to them. But I'll be interested in checking this out. Next is A Grain of Wheat by Ngugi wa Thiong'o, who writes about the Mama Rebellion and one of the quote-unquote chosen hero, and how he is perfectly human when all is said and done in his particular environment. This is a testament to giving a meaning to African literature and how, well, many of us have specific traits that we place on Africa as a whole. The many countries there, it's just so... There is diversity like there is in any other continent. So I'm looking forward to checking that one out. Another one is Wild Nights by Joyce Carol Oates. She has been possible nominee for the Nobel Prize in Literature for quite a while, and being a literary enthusiast myself, I'm really eager to check out Wild Nights, which are stories about the last days of Edgar Allan Poe, Emily Dickinson, Mark Twain, Henry James, and Ernest Hemingway. I brought this up in the Columbus Book Hall, which I thought was a great purchase, and I'm looking forward to reading Oates' work. Last one I have in store is The Unbearable Lightness of Being by Milan Kundera, which has to do with this a couple that includes a man who is a womanizer, is interested in a mistress. Mistress is with another more faithful man. I'm looking forward to seeing how this one comes out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to all 6 of them. It would be going above my average, but I'm going to make a nice attempt at doing so. I'm hoping that I am able to engage in some more reading as the month goes on. Alrighty, this is everything that I have in store for this month, and I'm looking forward to seeing who wins the Nobel Prize in Literature. Last year it was Patrick Modiano, who is a French writer. He wasn't very well known, especially in America, until he won the Nobel Prize. Year before that, it was Alice Munro. Hers and Haruki Murakami's names were the 2 that were frequently mentioned. Haruki Murakami, I think, is a front-runner, and he'll remain a front-runner until he wins the prize, or as long as he is eligible, which in this case it's primarily whether or not you are still living. Already, I'm looking forward to diving into these novels, some of which include shorter works. They're not all novels, but hopefully you have a nice reading month as well, and as always, keep reading.